The headquarters of the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, was closed to personnel on Monday, sending shockwaves around the world.
USAID, run by radical lunatics, and we're getting them out.
The closure came after Elon Musk moved to exert control over the foreign aid organization. And now Secretary of State Marco Rubio is claiming to be in charge.
I'm the acting director of USAID. I've delegated that authority to someone, but I stay in touch with him.
But some lawmakers say that change isn't legal because the independent organization is codified into law. And many worry that the move could weaken America's influence in the world. So here's where things stand. USAID is a 10,000-person, $40 billion agency that carries out foreign aid programs around the world. From displacement sites in Africa to humanitarian camps in Syria to towns fighting Russian influence across Eastern Europe. President John F. Kennedy created the agency when he signed an executive order in 1961. USAID's independent status was codified in 1998 legislation and was reaffirmed by Congress last year. Now Musk, who Trump tapped to lead DOGE, the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, says the agency has got to go.
And USAID is a bowl of worms. Mm-hmm. There is no apple. And when there is no apple, you've just got to basically get rid of the whole thing.
He argues that it's funding radical left causes that are anti-American, and that Trump is on board with the changes.
I went over it with him in detail, and he agreed with that we should shut it down.
So what is the plan? The administration appears to have tried to fold USAID into the State Department.
It is an entity that spends taxpayer dollars, and it needs to spend it, as the statute says, in alignment with the policy directives that they get from the Secretary of State, the National Security Council, and the President.
Democratic lawmakers say that move would require an act of Congress, something Trump himself seemed unsure of.
Will it take an act of Congress to do away with USAID, or do you believe you have?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not when it comes to fraud. If there's fraud, these people are lunatics.
Critics of the change also argue that the State Department, which deals in policy, would not be an ideal overseer of an organization that specializes in humanitarian aid and relief efforts. Democratic Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii said he would place a blanket hold on all of Trump's State Department nominees until the attack on USAID is over. While political and legal challenges mount, the changes to USAID have already stunned the international community.
The only thing he thinks about is the money they put in there, but not the benefits that accrues and the goodwill that accrues to America through that little thing. The world is in trouble.
While cuts could save billions of dollars, some former officials say it could leave fragile countries more vulnerable to the influence of nations like Russia and China. Ukraine is currently one of the biggest recipients of assistance. On X, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, a close aide to President Putin, posted, "Smart move by Elon Musk." The news is also raising questions about whether DOGE will follow a similar blueprint to close other agencies.
Elon can't do and won't do anything without our approval, and we'll give him the approval where appropriate. Where not appropriate, we won't.